Good evening, everyone. You are looking live at Doug Adams Stadium in Xenia, Ohio for tonight's Round 3 playoff contest between the Milton Union Bulldogs and the Brookville Blue Devils. This is a regional semifinal matchup, which is at a neutral site between the Bulldogs and the Blue Devils. This is a Division 5 matchup tonight, and a familiar foe with the Brookville Blue Devils. I'm Andy Grudich, and here tonight with you with Rusty Berner, and Rusty's going to tell us a little bit about the Blue Devils.
Yeah, well, like Coach said, the Blue Devils come in at 11-1. This is a really tough opponent, former league opponent, familiar opponent from us from the standpoint of, we scrimmaged them earlier in the year, so these two teams not only are familiar from a location standpoint, but also, actually lining up on the field unofficially prior to the season. They are led by Tim Davis, who had a career game last Friday against Northeastern with over 200 yards. He is at 1,526 yards on the season, so definitely a big task for the Dogs. He's averaging just under 9 yards a carry, and he has a whopping 27 touchdowns on the season. Brookville's leading passer is Keegan Mayer. He is thrown for just under 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. So this is definitely a run attack first that's really going to challenge the Dogs up front.
Yeah, it's a lot of smash mouth football. Like I said, they have Davis with 1,500 yards, and they've got, 4 other guys with 300 to 400 yards apiece and a whole bunch of touchdowns. So they're definitely going to try to control the line of scrimmage and control the clock and a lot of smash mouth football. Brookville won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Bulldogs will receive. And we're going to have Blake Broomball deep to receive the kick and get this Division 5 regional semifinal game started. So it's red versus blue tonight. And a squib kick. It's gathered by Cooper Brown. And the Bulldogs will start off with excellent field position. Clearly they were not going to kick to Broomball. So Bulldogs take over on, looks like their own 36. Make that 37. We'll call it the 37. And we'll see what the Dogs do here.
Well, and early on, this is going to be a big test for, both offensive and defensive lines to try to set the tone early up front.
Mortars in the shotgun. And it's a handoff to Elam. Nice run by Elam.
Well, and that's, you start going back to previously, not only the scrimmage, but, there's a lot of history between Coach Hetrick from Brookville. His dad was the old coach at Versailles, and there's a lot of history from us previously. And they play a lot of the same style that him and his dad's teams at Versailles played.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Antonio was saying. It's the same stuff he played against when he was a Bulldog back in the 90s. Mortar under center. It's a jet to Broomball. And can't get the corner. Nice job by Brookville there.
Yep, they're going to keep stretching him out, but he had enough for the first down.
Nice run. Nice job getting the first down. By the way, I like the electronic first down marker.
Yeah, I do too.
It's kind of nice. And hopefully you can't hear other folks in the press box with us tonight, but I'm afraid you will.
Well, and that's kind of the exciting part is you got multiple entities broadcasting this game, and it just shows how deep we're getting into the playoffs. But we've been here all year.
That's right, baby.
Everybody else is a bandwagon at this point.
In the shotgun, looking for Broomball deep, and Broomball
got him.
What a catch!
Wow.
Nice catch by Broomball. He had 2 guys on him. Had to lean back a little bit to get that, but that was a great catch. So Nate Mortar to Blake Broomball.
About a 37-yard passing catch there.
Nice athletic, to go back and find it and keep his eye on it and catch that.
Well, and, from a Brookville standpoint, they had it covered it well. It's just an amazing play by Blake and a good throw by Nate where Blake was the only one who could get to it.
Mortar under center to Elam. And nice job by Brookville there. They got some big dudes up front.
Yes, they do. And they're going to be a disciplined football team. They're not going to beat themselves. Elam with about a 3-yard gain there. And
ball spotted at the 15 for a couple of yards, and it's second down.
And, Brookville's going to stick with, sometimes, you're going to adjust based on scouting report, but they're going to stick with their 50 front, 5-man front, 2 linebackers, and it looks like they're playing 2 safeties deep to try to.
And Mortar under center.
Under center goes Mortar on 2nd and 7. Mortar with a hand.
And it's Foose. Nice run by Foose. He's in. That's a touchdown, Foose. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Nice strong run by Foose over the right side.
Yep.
Great blocking by the Bulldogs. He got 6 yards before anybody touched him.
I didn't have a yard marker on that. Where was he at on that one?
Looks like about the 18 maybe. So we got Mason Grudich on for the extra point. Mortar to hold.
Got in and a great effort at the end there to hold off the tackle and drag one of the Blue Devils into the end zone along with them. Snap place kick, and the second here is made.
Well, and what's really, we talk about keys to this game, and I know we talked about this on the pregame or with the coaches, but I think as the fans at home are watching, Brookville is a very run-oriented clock management team. So if we can get up early and force them out of that game where they have to air it out more than they want to, that's a huge advantage to us.
Absolutely.
So being able to score on that first drive was imperative. And not only that, but as Coach Pierce talked about in the pregame yesterday, the balance. We had a big play downfield. We ran the ball well, and that's something that we have to be able to do to be successful against these guys.
A couple nice runs by Elam. Great run there by Foose. And then, of course, the big catch by Broomball set it all up.
Well, and I think with our offense, what we have to be able to do is control the line of scrimmage, run the ball the way we want to, but we've got to make big plays downfield. And that's really, they're going to give us some short passes, but the play of that drive was a 35-yard play downfield, and that's what if we can hit those big plays and put them on their heels more than they want, that's a big key for us.
It looks like Mason might be kicking into a little bit of a wind. The flag's kind of standing up a little bit, so kicking into a little bit of a crosswind. It's a pretty good kick.
Yep.
It's going to get in the end zone. Oh, it did. Nice kick. Nice kick by Mason into a little bit of a wind there.
One of the things from scrimmaging the first time was Brookville really came out and punched us, and we responded well as the game went on. So it'll be interesting. Do we start that way, or
1,526 yards,
or do we kind of fall back into that?
Mayer has 8 touchdowns as a runner. By the way, Tim Davis easily leading the SWBL.
All right, so let's see what the Bulldogs got here.
Now we'll have a 1st and 10. Brookville at their own 20. 9:58 to go in our first quarter. 7-0 Bulldogs your score.
And
big play by the Dogs.
Yep.
Kind of tough to catch a number there.
Great jump out there. And it'll be 2nd and 10 now for Brookville. And you're going to see a lot
And
more of the
9:40 on the clock in the first quarter.
That huge pass to Broomball got them downfield quickly. You don't see that a lot from the Blue Devils. They're reliant on their run game.
All right, here we go.
In Tim Davis.
So we got a 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Devils.
In their last game against Northeastern. 3 wide receivers towards the right.
In the shotgun.
Play action to
He's
Davis.
going to throw. He's looking deep.
Oh.
Almost a pick at the 48. Incomplete. Just low.
So
This is Connor Gibson on the coverage.
this is exactly what we want. Right here, 3rd and long. This is not a running down. We want to make them throw the ball. This is not their comfort zone.
And that's going to push the Blue Devils back 10. Now we're talking 2nd and 20 instead of 3rd and 10.
All right.
No, they're going to wave it off. It'll be 3rd and 10.
All right, let's see.
So as soon as I said that normally the Blue Devils like to have a methodical offense, of course now they decide decide to go to the air.
So we'll see what the Blue Devils do here. 3rd and 10. They tried a long pass. Connor Gibson almost intercepted it. And we'll see what they have here.
I'm going to guess some type of screen, a safe call.
They got Connor Gibson one-on-one out here in the shotgun. And it is a throw. They're going long again. Going to Gibson. Nice catch by Gibson. Connor Gibson with the interception. He read it the whole way.
Yep.
So, turnover by Brookville. Great play by Connor Gibson. Almost had an interception the play before. And they were going, he was one-on-one out here, so they were going after Gibson. Nice job by Connor. So, here come Mortar and Foose.
And here it is. You know, we want to win the field position battle, and here we go. Second possession starting in their territory.
Mortar under center. And it's Elam. Yeah, I think we might have a face mask here. I don't know. I did see there's a flag on the play. It looked like he grabbed Elam's face mask. Personal foul.
Oh, looks like he's not.
Here we go. Personal foul, face mask. So it is a face mask on Brookville. He referee threw that pretty early in the run. Guy had a hold of his face mask.
I don't think there's a soul in West Milton or in Union Township tonight. I think they're all here in Xenia. Oh yeah, it's been.
So 9 minutes left on the clock, and the Bulldogs will be 1st and 10 on the Brookville 29. Single back, Mortar under center.
Little bunch package to try to set the edge.
Pinch to Elam, he's going. And another great run by Elam, getting big chunks of yardage.
About a 15-yard gain for Elam, and well, and you know, you saw there, you're going to start seeing new formations in here, and Coach Pierce went with a bunch package on the left side to really try to secure that edge with Jake Brown and Blake and Cooper, and just allowing Michael some openings to get out and go. And here we go with that same formation, backside tight end with Yates, broom ball in motion, dive to Elam.
Nice
and what
run.
strong run.
He gave that back a pop.
Yep.
Good hard run by Elam again.
Another 7 yards.
We're getting big chunks. And it looks like Holgren's coming into the game.
So and he's going in for Foose, so this is going to be a heavy package here. My guess is you're going to have Jake Brown in the backfield.
Yep.
With Blake and Michael. Now it looks like Jake is lined up now. Jake's stepped back.
No, but when I put it green, it's you're through the computer and they get a lot of feedback.
And that was that Jake?
No, that was Michael.
Oh, it's Elam. Okay.
Yep. So about a 2-yard gain there.
You'll get another play from the coaching staff. Yeah, Milton Union.
Oh, okay.
I almost want to say I know it's really early to tell, but Milton Union just looking so.
All right.
And you know, a big push up front is and right now, and that's what we have to do, is continue to push.
Mortar under center. And pitch to Broom Ball. Broom Ball cuts it up. He's in. Touchdown, Broom Ball. Nice run by Broom Ball. Got the cut back. Cut it up in. Powered across for a touchdown. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. And Broom Ball with the touchdown. Set up with of course, the interception by Gibson, and then the long run by Elam. And Mason Grudich on for the extra point. And It's good. So at the 7-minute mark in the first quarter, it is the Milton Union Bulldogs 14 and the Brookville Blue Devils 0.
And if you're on the Milton Union sideline, you got to be loving this. Our boys are ready to play. We are showing the same mentality we have shown every week, which is jump out early. And you know, the one thing about these blowouts we've had is we're used to being in this position where we get up and we just keep burying people. On the other side of this, Brookville is going, this is the worst case scenario for us at the moment.
Right.
And they're going to keep playing and fighting. But for them, you know, again, their style of play is not you know what they want to do is play from behind. But this is an 11-1 football team. They're not going away. They're not doing anything. You know, they're not going to change anything.
So now you have.
Yeah, like you said, this is a worst case scenario for Brookville. They
Over 10 touchdowns.
do not want to come from behind. They want to control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, and they're not going to be able to do that right now.
And
now, if you're Brookville, you don't want to panic.
No.
You know, you want to do what you do.
Well, you're going to start with the ball in the second half.
Nice kick by Mason, and that one dropped in the end zone. But yeah, I mean, it's two scores, but you know, Brookville needs to establish something here.
Well,
I thought they were a little desperate throwing the ball that early. That's not their identity. That's not what they do.
I agree. I thought that second down throw was, and I don't even know if were they trying to catch us off.
I think so. I think maybe they're trying to catch us off guard a little bit, but I think you're going to try to do what you do.
I think the worrisome now is, you know, we have set the tone up front. And that's definitely something that's going to play in.
First and 10, back at their own 20. It's a handoff to Davis.
Yeah, it's a nice run by Davis.
Closed up quickly by
What a gain of 4 there.
That is Connor Gibson.
Yes.
He had himself that interception. This time comes in and limits the damage to Davis.
All right.
4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
So we'll see
We have 6:41 to play in the first.
what Brookville can they can get a first down here and move the chains.
And, you know, again, with a running team, this is a big down. It sets up that third down. Are they in a passing situation? Or are they in a running situation? They're coming out with double tights, 3 running backs.
As a fumble, look like come out, maybe not.
And that's exactly what we needed right there. So now we're going to put them at 3rd and 6. This is a passing down.
You know, if I'm Brookville, I just run it and punt and not let something wonky happen again.
And I apologize on my stats. It's really difficult with all their running backs back there to figure out who's actually carrying the ball. And we don't have any – we've got some back noise, but it's not the announcers.
Right.
It'd be nice if we could hear the announcers and who's carrying the ball. So
He's in the shotgun. Mayer in the shotgun. He is looking for the throw, and
almost intercepted.
So it's going to be a Blue Devil punt. We're at 5:36 left in the first quarter, and the Blue Devils will be 3 and out, and the punt team's coming on. And they brought Mayfield in. And we're going to see, they're going to bring, are they going for it? They're not going for it.
No.
So who's back? We got Broomball back. So we'll see if they're going to punt the Broomball or if they're going to kick it out of bounds.
At his own 12, Lamb set to punt.
And he's going to punt to him, kind of. Broomball picks it off on the second hop.
Uh-oh.
And this could be trouble. And almost gets the corner.
Wow.
Nice run by Blake.
Yep. And again, look where we're starting, Brookville territory.
So we'll be Bulldog football, 1st and 10 from the Brookville 44-yard line.
Well, and one of the things, you know, right now, you're talking about a senior-laden team that's hungry, and they've come out, and unlike the, you know, opposite of the scrimmage, we're the ones throwing the haymakers early. So how can we continue to keep that going?
And it's Foose.
It's a delayed handoff now.
And
the middle.
Nice little run by Foose.
Yep.
Good patience there, waiting on his block.
A couple yards, make it 2nd down and 7. Foose with another
Picked up a few yards there. 2nd down.
Just patience that time, trying to wait for something to open up in the trenches.
And it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Mortar coming in with the play with Cooper Brown.
Waller leads Mason 14-0. Elder against Lakota West, no score. Baden up 7-0. Western Brown up 7-0.
All right, it's going to be Mortar under center.
One receiver on the far side.
And nice play. Elam's brought down quickly.
About a loss of 1 there.
Yeah, nice play.
And it'll be 3rd down and 7.
Nice play there by Grady Lamb. He's one of their leading tacklers. Read the play, got in the hole, and brought down Elam.
And this is a defense. If you look at their leading tacklers, you know they're right around 50, which isn't a lot, but that's because they're just such a disciplined defense all over the place. So they all tackle well.
That run to no gain there sets up a 3rd and
So we got Broomball split wide, right. Cooper Brown split wide left. Gibson in the slot.
Inside screen.
Inside screen.
Broomball's going to be wrapped
And
up at the 38 of Brookville.
nice play there by Brookville. Brought him down. He couldn't get the legs moving.
Looks like the Dogs are going to punt. Got a 3-yard gain there.
Outer linebacker. And now Milton Union.
And it'll be Broomball. We'll be back to punt.
First drive for the Bulldogs, where they
We haven't seen him punt too many times this year, but he's when he's had to punt, he's
screenplay that
done a very nice job.
really quite gets set up.
So we got 3:30 to go, clock running in the first quarter.
Unfortunately, the blocking couldn't
And
set up for him in
Broomball, little
Kinda off to the
sidewinder.
side.
I don't think he didn't mean to do that.
Nope, and you can tell by Blake's reaction, he's not too happy with
I
that.
think he pulled his head before he kicked it. He was looking. He was trying to angle it for the corner and just pulled his head and shanked it. It's all right, Blake. It happens to the best of us.
Yep. Well, and you know what? That's the benefit of having a short field is that mistake, while it's a mistake,
almost did not move the ball
if you're deep in your own territory punting and you do that, you give them great field position. They're still starting on the 33-yard line.
So the Bulldogs with a 3 and out, and the ball will go back to the Blue Devils. 1st and 10 from their 33-yard line. And Mayer under center.
Wishbone double tights.
That's Davis. And
Great job.
Nice
Connor
job.
Yates tripped him up.
Nice play by Connor.
And you can just see we are just swarming to the ball. And what we got to be careful of is, you know, a run team like this are going to come at you at other angles. So you got to watch out for your counters and your traps. You don't want to overflow and don't want to give up a big play here either.
Not allowing Tim Davis to allow to get to the edge, and certainly a lot of.
And like Coach Antonio said in the preview show, you know, we got to be disciplined because, like
Yep.
he said, they're going to go on 3 and they're going to do some different things to try to catch us off balance. It's
Oh,
a
the
fumble,
ball's-
and Yates got it. I think Yates got
yep,
it.
Yes, he does.
22-yard line.
Wow.
Nice job by Connor Yates. 2 fumble recoveries in 2 games. And looked like a decent pitch. He just didn't catch it.
Yep.
I don't know if he threw it a little sooner than he was expecting, but it wasn't a bad pitch.
Well, and he may have seen 85 on the edge, and he's starting to try to make a move before he had secured the ball. And that's not a very pleasant sight to see, you know, Connor Yates sitting there and ready to swallow you up.
So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 on the Brookville 22-yard line. And you got Cooper Brown and Blake Broomball split wide, and Mortar under center. And he's looking for the lob to Cooper Brown. And I thought Cooper might have had it for a
I
second.
did too.
Just needed a little more air under that for Cooper to jump and get it. Not a bad matchup out there for Cooper.
Nope. And, you know, that was one that a lot of times you want to lead, but with Cooper's size advantage, that's one that you almost could underthrow, kind of like last week when he came back to that ball and let Coop go up, make a play, and be 6'4".
So we got Cooper Brown split wide. Again, Foose in the slot. Mortar under center. Pitch to Broomball. And
Good tackle. Good tackle.
nice defense by the Blue Devils.
Now 3rd and 8 at the Brookville.
So it'll be a
20. Now
third
red
down
zone.
play for the Bulldogs.
Looking to cash in
And,
here
and
on
in a playoff situation, regional semis, you get two good teams. The turnover battle becomes a big deal. And so far in the first quarter, Brookville's got 2 turnovers where the Dogs have taken care of the football. And you know, they're winning. The game is being played in our half of the field. So this is a big, whether points are going on the board or not, these are big things.
So Bulldogs need to hurry up. Got 6 seconds on the play clock. Gibson came in late. We get set, and we do just get it off. It's a broom ball. He's open.
Good defense.
Yeah, nice job of knocking it away.
Swatting it down was Keegan Mayer, and it's 4th and 8 now for Milton Union.
And we're going to kick a field goal.
It's time to see number 1 come out on the field.
The Brookville edge rush.
All right.
Collapsed the pocket really quickly, forced
Going
him
to
to
kick
get
field
that
goal.
ball out,
Yep.
A little bit higher than he would have wanted to. It didn't really allow him a lot of time to set his feet. And that pass intended for Brookville just able to be
Going to have to hurry up here.
time as Milton Union will set out the kicking team. So again, this is Mason.
I think he's gonna burn one here.
He's
He's gotta pay attention.
Field goals.
I don't think Coach Pierce is watching. Nope.
Field goal wise, he scores 6.
He pulled
Wow. Nailed it. What a kick.
it. Nice. I thought he pulled it left a little bit there.
Come on, Dad.
That's right, because they had to hurry. He had to hurry up and get the snap off. I didn't think they were going to get the snap off in time. So how far was that?
I had it for 37.
Okay, so we'll call it 37. Mason Grudich, 37-yard field goal. Good kick, got all that. I mean, that was good from 47.
Yeah, I'm going to use my soccer term. He struck the ball really well.
Yes, he did.
Okay,
That's good. Good terminology.
Yeah,
Yes,
You know, been doing my homework during the week.
that's right. He hit it well.
He hit it well. Struck it well.
He struck it well. No, that's good. That's good. You know, with the World Cup coming up, that's good. That's good terminology.
I'm trying.
As you well know, the USA plays a week from Monday.
I did not know that, but
Yeah.
now I
Yeah, they play Wales. They play Wales, and not the animal, but the country. Wales next Monday.
Hey, a big shout out to the Denlingers and the Kowals
Yes.
down there.
Yeah,
with
they
their
got the
signs for us.
Yeah, they got the Burner Grudich signs, and they actually had a
Yeah.
number 1 sign for Mason. So
Yeah.
appreciate the support.
I thought that was number 1 for us.
Milton Union as Grudich connects on his 5th field goal of the year. And now all the way back around the 5. It's Brookville's first return of the night. And stood up
Nice
around
coverage by the Bulldogs.
Yep.
line, swarmed by a pile of Blue Devils and Bulldogs.
So with 1:26 to go in the first quarter, it is Milton Union 17, Brookville 0. Brookville will take over, looks like on their own 24-yard line, 23-yard line.
One pick and one fumble.
Well, and right now, you know, a tale of this so far is all of the tackles have been up by our front 5.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, our linebackers have been there, our DBs have been there, but that front 5 right now is setting the tone up front.
First and 10 in the jumbo formation with 2 receivers on the
And
near
handoff.
side. Handoff, quick boost up the middle.
I think that's Davis.
Yep.
And now stuck in a mob. Pickup of a couple for Brookville. And they're going to give him 6.
So decent run by Davis there. Got a nice chunk of yards for him.
Up the middle.
Yeah, Davis is going to have about 50-some carries in the first half because he's going to get every carry right now until I.
1:05 to go in the opening quarter. We do apologize about the lights.
So it will be
Get that worked for the
1
second
minute to go
We do apologize for the
in the first quarter.
An internet hiccup.
And it's second down, Blue Devils.
Something's not me trying to hit up buttons and everything. And then it just crashes the screen.
And Merrill go under center.
2nd and 5. Jumbo formation again. 2 receivers towards the
Oh, wow.
right.
And we got-
another fumble this time. Picked up
Wow.
at the Brookville 34.
And
However,
they recover it.
Blue Devils
Yeah, that was number. Shockley was on the carry, and Jake Brown met him in the hole, and the ball just popped loose.
that fumble.
Fortunately, it's going to work for Brookville as they get their first down of the night,
1st and 10 at
with the second to last play of the quarter.
Sometimes you
And we got enough time for one more play in this quarter.
ball was on the ground there.
And I'm sure there's part of Brookville wants to get out of this quarter.
Yeah, for
Mentally,
sure.
just get out of this quarter. Try to get their guys to settle in a little bit.
We'll see if capitalize and make
They're in a spread formation.
In the
tight
shotgun.
Spread.
Mayer in the shotgun.
Brookville's going to run a play. There'll be a
And it's
handoff.
play action.
Going back is Mayer on
And he
the
doesn't have a lot. Uh-oh.
And it's intercepted.
Yep, Zach Lovin.
And that was a good throw to Lovin. He was
Yep.
open, but he threw it right at him.
And he had a lot of pressure up front. And I tell you what,
He was scrambling and kind of did a jump throw, and I
Yep.
think that's a little bit of a panic throw.
so a first quarter that saw 3 turnovers out of a team that we talk about is known for playing mistake free, and you've got to give credit right now. We were talking about our front 5 right there, and they got pressure and
But it's,
just fantastic getting pressure and getting the dump, and again he threw it right to our defensive back.
Yep.
Turn off the lights because our camera feed is. Yeah, it's reflecting off of the glass. Yeah, it's getting us.
All right.
Let me see. The old man takes a minute to get up and down.
Let's see.
how bad, are you guys okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
much
are you
better for us, but
How are you guys, though?
yeah, how are you guys?
No, we can't see.
They can't see.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can take that ball out?
No, because it's a dual. Yeah. John, are you using?
We're having a little difficulties up here in the press box,
Yeah, the other group's camera's inside, and I think the reflection from the light.
and they want to turn the lights out.
Wonder if they can hang something from the.
That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So here we go.
17-0.
Mortar in the shotgun. Hands to
Oh
Elam.
boy, here he
Uh-oh.
goes.
Nice strong run. Nice strong.
Wow.
And that was a touchdown-saving tackle by number 10, Corey Davis. He tripped up Elam right at the very end there. That was a strong run by
Oh,
Elam.
man.
He wasn't just running fast. He was running strong.
Clearly.
So Bulldogs going for the dagger here.
Well, I tell you what, you just see some hungry kids out there that are playing very inspired football.
One receiver near.
Mortar in the shotgun. And he's going to Elam again.
Handoff. Making his way on the right
And
side, Michael Elam.
nice play by the Blue Devils there to snuff it out.
Here on 2nd and 8.
I thought maybe he could bounce that outside, but he was following his blockers there.
In the red zone, 17 points.
So it'll be second down and 9.
They've had themselves.
Yeah, and again, you just look at the body language right now on the Blue Devils, and you look at, our guys are popping around, and really just you can tell the energy, the emotion, the energy.
Yeah, absolutely. They're hungry.
Momentum is on our side.
Broom ball.
Got room.
Broom ball. And nice tackle. Good run by Blake, though.
About
And
a 6-yard carry for Blake.
down to the 15-yard line. And if I know Coach Pierce, this is 4-down territory right now.
Yep.
He's not kicking field goals now. He's going for a touchdown.
3rd and 3, John. This Milton Union offense, they've looked very sharp.
And this is where it's dangerous with a lot of weapons.
Right.
You've got multiple receivers, you've got running backs,
Mortar.
Looks like we're going to go trips right with Foose, Broomball, and Brown. Elam in the backfield with Mortar in the shotgun. And it's Elam up the middle. And nice run by Elam. It got enough for the first down. And that's what we can do. We spread you out, and then we run right at you. So you bring Broomball and Brown and Foose wide, and we come right at you.
Well, and you can, like you said, you got to respect. You got guys out there that can just, and you really can't even go man for man. And if you do, guess what we're going to do? We're going to throw to those
Yep,
guys.
we're going to throw it to him.
Jake Brown lines up in the backfield again. Offset eye.
Mortar under center. And just running right at him.
I tell you what, Elam is just running hard right now.
He is.
Not that he doesn't run hard before, but
Just running inspired.
yep.
John, so far,
And we got Ozzie Gregg coming into the game.
has thrown 2 interceptions.
Must be part of the power package here.
We like to sometimes line Ozzie up at a tight end.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how Brookville comes out.
And again, you've got Jake, and
Drive,
you got a lot of big, heavy hitters in there.
times in my head, but
And
that question keeps
going to Elam.
Ooh, about got in.
Just about snuck it in.
gets close to the end zone. Drop down after
And it's going to be 3rd down and
Union primarily
goal from the 3
with Cooper Brown checking back in for the Bulldogs.
for the Bulldogs.
We'll shuffle Ozzie Gregg, the senior
And here
tight
comes
end.
Connor Gibson in with the play.
And Cooper and Gibby are both in there, so this is a situation they're going to spread them out, make them honor it.
Third and goal
And
Coach Pierce wants to
looks
talk
like
about it.
Pierce didn't like something there.
No rush, 3rd and 2.
Yep,
I tend to agree with you. I think this is 4 down territory, but
absolutely.
you know, put another touchdown up on the board.
And, you know, I've got all, you know, it's funny that we're used to having Coach Barnes up here with us, and it's a lot easier for us to do other things when Barnesy's here doing a lot of the play-by-play stuff.
Yep.
But I do have a whole bunch of information that I got from Doc Ginn. By the way, the question I had last week with Yates recovering the fumble, if that was the quickest defensive touchdown in MU history. Now, if you include kickoff returns and kickoff fumbles, it's not.
Right.
But if you're just talking about playing defense on that first possession, that was the fastest defensive touchdown, just 55 seconds into the game.
Wow.
He says, but if you stat it from the line of scrimmage, it's the fastest defensive touchdown in the last 38 years since they've been keeping the clock times. All right, Mortar under center. And Elam.
Touchdown.
And I'm not sure they touched him.
Nope.
He was ready for it, but they didn't. So Elam with another touchdown. And with 8:37 to go in the second quarter. And Mason Grudich on to attempt the extra point.
And I'll tell you what, I think there's probably some stunned Brookville people right now. You've probably got some stunned Bulldog fans that are going.
Yeah.
And-
And just one on the kick there, that was a nice catch by Mortar because that snap was a little bit high and Mortar just barely was able to catch it and get it down. And you know, I know I've said this before, but you know, to make an extra point in high school football, lots of things got to go right.
Yep.
And we've done a nice job with that. And like right there, that easily could have been a missed extra point because the snap was a little high, but Mortar did a nice job of catching it and getting it down.
Yep, a lot of pieces to the puzzle.
But go ahead. I probably already threw you off.
Well, it's okay.
So
Barnes has thrown us, but we're although
it's not as fun to talk about officials when Barnes isn't here. We can't hack on officials with Barnesy not here.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
the comic relief, we don't have a guy to pick on,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to find somebody else.
So with 8:37 to go in the second quarter, it's Milton Union 24 and Brookville Blue Devils 0. Mason Grudich to attempt the kick. He's got the wind to his back on this one.
Tonight, he's John Snyder. I'm Lee W. Mallon,
And that's going to carry
going to the end zone.
into the end zone.
And it's a touchback.
So nice kick by Mason.
So for the return was Tim Davis. But it's
So touchback. Blue Devils will take over on their own 20. 8:36 to go in the quarter.
Well, and I'll tell you what, you know, we talked about this just felt like a few minutes ago, and it was when we were up 7-0. It's so imperative we get out early to a good start.
Right.
I'd say this is a pretty good start.
I'm going to guess Coach Pierce couldn't have drawn up a better start to this game.
So the fact that we've got this going is huge because now this should start to shapen up and change their game plan.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
turnaround handoff.
Although at this point, if you're Brookville, you're just trying to get some first downs.
Yep.
You're not even worried about scoring necessarily. You just want to move the sticks and keep the ball for a little bit.
The Mayor with a nice carry there.
And Coach Antonio's talked about that he's dangerous running the ball. Kind of sneaky fast.
Yep. Well, and this is something they're talking about. Let's put together a drive. We get the ball to start second half. Let's run some clock. Let's not let them have the ball back.
Right.
So I think we're gonna see a methodical drive for these guys.
It impacts that offensive line and it impacts their running game as a whole.
And try to get the edge. Not going to get to it. That was Walt Adams on the carry. Number 3, Walt Adams.
He got about 5 yards.
He's a sophomore. He has 478 yards rushing this year and 3 touchdowns. And 331 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. So he's their leading receiver also. Walt Adams, a sophomore. Now, one of the coaches told me they like to have a sophomore, junior, and a senior as those 3 backs so they can always just keep rotating guys through. They've always got guys with experience and always got a young guy coming back.
Okay, well, it makes sense.
So they got 2 split wide. One in the backfield. They fake it.
On the keep.
And it's Mayer. And Mayer, he was hit a couple times.
Wow, what a tackle by Gibby.
Yep, a nice open field tackle by Connor Gibson. And I always say it when he makes them, he's a wrestler.
Yep.
And that's what he does. It's a single leg takedown or a double leg takedown. And you can see it right there. That's what he did. Nice tackle by Gibson.
Now, as much as I talked about us playing with leads and everything, the other side of this is a lot of times when we're in this position, the other teams have kind of started to check out. And this Brookville team's not going to do this. So we need to make sure we keep our focus and, you know, a playoff game like this, a couple big plays or two, and
3 backs behind.
And the ball's loose, and the Dogs have it. Wow.
Looks like it was a bad exchange.
Yep.
I don't know if it was the back thought it wasn't coming to him or what, but it's just a bad exchange. Well, it's got to be tough. You get a couple good runs, move the sticks a little bit, and you turn it over.
Well, that's a self-inflicted dagger almost. That, you know, we're talking about them trying to build some momentum, and you fumble at midfield.
You know what? We're close to a running clock score. 7:26 to go in the second quarter. Milton Union 24, Brookville 0. Mortar under center.
Oh.
And Brookville jumps.
You know,
Mortar goes with the long count.
Little dose of their own medicine. We talked about, Coach A had talked about, you know, they're going to do some stuff like that. And so right now, you know, we have definitely are in the psyche of these guys and just really try to slow the train down a little bit.
So it will be 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs on the Brookville 39. And Mortar under center. Cooper Brown split left. Elam in the backfield. And he's going for Cooper Brown. And he's there.
Got him. Oh, boy.
Nice catch by Cooper Brown. A little bobble and still stuck with it and caught it.
Holy cow.
And you know what? I know it didn't look great, but that was a nice throw by Mortar.
It was.
And he put it right on his hands, right over the defense. That was a nice throw, and good job by Cooper Brown. He was open, just bobbled it for a second, kept his eyes on it, didn't panic, and just hauled it in. So nice throw by Nate Mortar. And Mason Grudage on for the extra point.
Offensive philosophies and such a huge throw and catch there.
Well, and I'll tell you what, you know, you talk about a penalty like that, and this is where a penalty like that hurts a team in the game of football. When you get a balanced team and they have 1st and 5, you know, a lot of teams, if it's 2nd and short, it's a good time to take a shot because you still have. But when you have 1st and 5, you can take a shot. And the way we've been able to run the ball with Elam, Brookville's had to respect that. They know we're going to grind the clock. And Coop had one-on-one coverage.
Yeah.
And Nate threw a great ball. And you got a 6'4" athletic receiver who can go get it. And that's a tough assignment for that.
And Cooper's not a blazer, but Cooper's not slow either.
No.
Cooper can move. And
he's an athlete, so
yeah.
he can, I mean, right there, you know, he bobbles it and then goes and has got enough focus and poise to bring the ball in.
So nice play by the Bulldogs. So with 7:19 to go in the second quarter, it is Milton Union 31, Brookville 0. And Mason Grudage to
All Bulldogs thus far.
Another kickoff here in the half.
Brown for the touchdown score. And this is the highest scoring playoff game we have here in the Cincinnati area.
He's got a little wind to his back. See if he can get this one in the end zone too.
Touchdown tied with great boom ball.
And little sidewinder. And still put it in the end zone. So the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
And I feel like now it would be interesting to see how Coach Hetrick, does he continue to grind the football? Do you start to try to air it out? Do you?
I think you just got to try to make something positive happen. I don't think you air anything, and I think you're just going to try to, like you said, get out of this half.
Yep.
Don't turn the ball over. Hopefully get a couple first downs if you can.
Get out of the half 31-0 or 31, try and put some points on the board.
Yep. Mayer under center. And Davis on the run. And
Looks like Carter Burner on the tackle.
Nice. Hey, a couple of quick scores here. Springfield 14, Centerville 7. Kings has beaten Winton Woods. Western Brown 14-0 over Tip City. Valley View 14-0 over Madeira. Moeller's over Mason 21-0.
Oh.
Baden's over Wapak 13-0. Anderson's all over Edgewood. Lakota West and Elder 3-3. And that's it.
There goes the counter, and they're all over it.
Yeah, they were ready for that.
Wow.
We'll call that a Coach Antonides tackle right there. We were certainly ready for that.
That was number 10.
They weren't fooling
Davis.
us. Yeah. They weren't fooling us with that one.
Nope.
That's junior Corey Davis. Not to be confused with senior Tim Davis, who has 1,500 yards. He had the first carry.
And here they come out with the trips look with a single coverage backside. Dogs come out, look to be in man coverage.
And Mayer. And they're going to roll. And you know what you call that right there, Coach Burner? I think he heard some footsteps coming. He heard 19 footsteps coming at him.
Well, and one thing you can't see on camera is the size of this Bulldog group. You've got Yates at 6'5", Cooper at 6'4", and then you got Lane at 6'5". Holgren's what, 6'2", and then quite honestly, the one you're most worried about on the D line is Jake Brown at 5'9", who's just a bowling ball.
Yeah,
this is a big group of kids, and they're very visible as far as when they're there.
So it's going to be a punt, and that's the old straight up and down punt. Get out of the way. Nobody knows where it's at. And it takes a little bit of Brookville roll. Guess he was going for a little more hang time on that one.
Well, he got it, and we are. So apparently in the playoffs, running clock does happen in the first half.
Does it?
Well, it's running right now.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought running clock didn't start till second half.
Brett Pierce, he called into
okay.
recap show on 980 WNE a couple weeks back. And he said this
okay.
Now it stopped. That's interesting.
Yeah, there was a lot of time ran off the clock there. So we got 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 on the Brookville 44-yard line. Mortar and it's a fumble, and Mortar's going to pick it up, and he's going to take it down for a loss. And you haven't seen that very many times this year. Little wayward snap. So it's going to be 2nd down and a country mile for the Bulldogs.
Right then and there, good old commentators.
So Cooper Brown brings the play in for the Bulldogs.
No such thing. No such thing. Don't blame us.
And here you got the bunch to the right.
Mortar under center, and Coach Pierce calling a timeout.
One left for the Bulldogs here.
No, there's only a second left on the play clock, so will be a timeout for the Bulldogs.
And so here, this again play position or field position here comes into play. You got under 5 minutes to go in the half. Milton in complete control of this game on every aspect, and right now,
Woods on the scoreboard now.
you know, I'm sure there's part of Coach Pierce that's going to be a little cautious here, but maybe not a whole lot.
Yeah,
If he can tack one on and just keep sending messages, I think that's a
You just want to keep playing.
yep.
Just keep being
It's a regional
aggressive.
semis.
Just keep being aggressive and just keep playing.
27-7. Western Browns stampeding to
So,
a 14-0 lead. Second
I got some stats from Doc Ginn
Valley View,
for the season, some Bulldog bites from last week, and
We have not yet had trivia.
well, I know we haven't had time.
Second down and long.
So we'll be second down and 23,
33.
and Mortar's under center, and it's a pitch to Broomball, and Broomball keeps his feet
Second tackle, a third tackle.
and almost gets to midfield. We'll
Yep.
call it the 49-yard line. So broke a couple tackles, couldn't quite bust it loose though.
Possibly 8.
So it's going to be third
I believe that was 8 in the
down and
About 18.
18.
Freshman defensive back for the Blue Devils did a great job of just slowing Broomball down.
So now we get Cooper Brown bringing the play in here.
Come on in and take that
And
one.
this is where Coach Pierce can be, some trickery, this is a good place for that kind of stuff.
Union's running game, as now we'll see how they react on the third and long.
Yeah,
Third and 18
Mayfield's out there.
Mayfield split wide.
Brookville 33 for a fresh
We
second
got trips
down.
right.
Receivers on the far side. Mortar back to throw.
Mortar looking.
Down the middle.
Mayfield's got
And nice catch by Mayfield.
Right on cue.
Bring Mayfield in, and you need 18, and I don't know, just pick up 30. Mortar's going to have some numbers tonight.
And on a
Nice execution by the Bulldogs. A nice throw by Mortar. A nice catch by Mayfield. That's execution for you. And you know, it just crushes your soul if you're Brookville. You think you got them down third and a really long way,
Well,
and you pick it up.
and here we go again. You got trips out here, and you got to worry about 19 and 8, and we're just going to sneak number 17 in there. Who's, if you haven't paid attention, over here he goes again. Oh, he had him. Oh,
And just through Roomball's hands.
well, I tell you what, Mayfield was open on the slip screen. Broomball was open on the out. I mean, right now we're about a step and a half faster right now everywhere we go.
And like Coach Pierce said, he likes to keep them off balance, not let them know what we're doing and where we're going. So we got 3:31 to go here in the second quarter. And Mortar in the shotgun. Trips right. Broomball in motion. It's a fumble.
Mortar's got to land on it. Brookville, they're sniffing out the loose ball. Do the Blue Devils have it?
Yep, they do.
Yes, they do. Milton Union.
I thought Mortar had it, and he was sitting there, and then the guy hit him, and he lost it again.
Defense goes back to work.
Okay. Well, it'll be a turnover by the Bulldogs. Fumble and recovered by the Blue Devils. So we got 3:25 to go in the first quarter. It's Milton Union 31, Brookville 0. Brookville will take over. First and 10 on their own 21-yard line.
Brookville decides to attack this one. As now
So now we got
the defensive stop, maybe a little
two guys left, two guys right, and
quickly going to the air
and
to the far side.
attempting the throw. Maris' throw is off target. Looking for number 11, Dane Moore, sophomore tight end.
Now we'll have a timeout as
Looks like
shuffles someone off.
injury timeout player Jake Brown.
Jake.
Officials timeout.
Looks like it's a shoulder.
Yep, little stinger.
Bring out Jesse
Yep.
Kurtz. He's a senior tackle. Now second and 10.
So
as you saw
not bad to put Kurtz in there.
And running has been the specialty of the Blue Devils this year.
One split left.
So
Mayer
far,
under center.
4 fumbles, 3 lost, 2 picks.
And
Mayer.
try to go up the middle.
Union snuffs him out.
And stuff by Kurtz and Lane.
Going for Brady Lamb.
There's nowhere for Grady Lamb to go.
And we'll give him forward progress. Pick up up 2. And
So it will be third down and 8 for the Blue Devils.
Now it's always an interesting thought process.
So, here's you got to be really careful here.
You try to see if you
Do you just be conservative and punt? Not right now, but
Yeah, I wouldn't go with punting on third down. That's a little too conservative.
but I mean, do you not? I mean, do you throw the ball?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta.
Well, they're going to throw it unless he's going to run it. Unless they're going to Mayer roll and run it. And Yates with the sack. Nice play by Connor Yates. Just reached that big paw out there and just grabbed him, bear hugged him. Nice play by the senior. And just like that, it's fourth down, and they will be punting.
Well, and you talk about the size of the Bulldogs, and Brookville likes to roll their quarterbacks out. Well, Mayer's at 6 foot, and Connor Yates is 6'5".
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult to.
So we got Broomball back to receive, and Brookville to punt here from their own 22, and another high punt. And Broomball will grab it, just get a couple extra yards. Nice heads-up play by Blake.
Yep.
It was going to go out of bounds around the 44 or 45, and Blake grabbed it and picked up an extra 10, 15 yards. We'll call it 10 yards. Picked up an extra 10 yards and just stepped out of bounds. So nice heady play by Broomball. Get the Dogs 10 more yards. We got 1:45 to go in the half, and it will be Bulldog football 1st and 10 on the Brookville 35.
Well, I know Coach Pierce would love to put some more points on the board here to go in the half.
So Mortar in the shotgun. 2 split wide white, Cooper wide left, screen. And we got a flag on the play.
Guys downfield.
Yeah, too many guys downfield.
Yep. Kyler Fuller was at about the 20-yard line. Got a pretty good release there.
Yeah.
I think you could have called it on 3 or 4 of our offensive linemen there, but
Yep. So that'll be a legal man downfield.
it's the first penalty on the Dogs, and they're going to decline that? Okay.
Penalty is declined.
Well, we're still 2nd and 10. We didn't really gain anything there, so
Runs towards the sideline each and every time.
I think it doesn't matter with us right now with yards, but they'd rather take it down away from us.
So
we got Cooper split wide right, Broomball left.
Right behind Jay, there's Foose.
Charging on through.
Foose with the run.
Foose will pick up a solid 6.
And nice run by Foose.
Yep.
At the 19 of Brookville.
So it's 3rd down and call it 3, 4.
Milton Union's run is really paying off. You saw Foose there.
Yeah, I had him for a little bit more on the spot, but that's why I'm the unofficial
So we
stats.
got, again, Cooper wide right.
34.
Up to Elam.
Oh, boy, he's
And
got some room.
Elam might break it. He might take it. Can he get the corner?
Tingle down around the
Almost.
1st and goal.
Is he out of bounds? Did he get out of bounds?
He runs the ball.
Looks like he did, so the clock's going to stop with
1st and goal now for Milton Union.
46 seconds left in the first half, and the Bulldogs will be 1st and goal from the 5. And the clock is running.
Both signs of slowing down here.
And
What a big play there on 3rd down, and
More in.
nice job by Elam to cut it up.
Slide around the 6.
another dose of Elam.
Going
to get about
And Coach Pierce going to use the timeout. We got 22 seconds to go. That's his last timeout, correct?
Yep.
So got to be careful here. You got to have field goal team ready because you don't have any timeouts, and if you run it and don't get in, you run it and you don't get in.
Yep.
You better be quick. So
Well, there's a couple things here. You do have a down to play with on a field goal. I think the safe thing is you throw 2 in the end zone and kick the field goal.
well, you've only got 1 play left. It's third down. No, it's
Oh, it
second
is?
down.
It's
No,
second
you're right.
down.
I'm sorry. I was thinking it was third down. I thought it was third, and it's second and 3. You're right. Yeah.
So I think that's the safe play. Do you take a chance? Do you call? He's just called a timeout. Do you call 2 plays here, where we take a shot, we run it? If we don't get it, we line up immediately and we have a quick pass. I mean, those are all things that a veteran team can do.
At the 4.
So there's play action. He's
He's
got him.
Touchdown.
Nope.
Oh,
no, he said he was out of
my.
bounds.
I don't think so.
Lovely, lovely.
Now the only thing I could see there is his left foot was in, but if his right foot came down first, out of bounds, then he's out of
I
bounds.
thought he got his left foot down, but
I thought they found Broomball with authority.
nice. I mean, Mortar put it in the right spot,
Yep.
and Broomball caught it.
No, I think his left foot got down,
Couldn't quite.
but his right foot came down first out of bounds.
And going to have to hurry up.
And
Only got 10 seconds on the play clock.
I'm just trying to make an excuse for that official.
Yeah, well,
Where's Barnes?
my only answer would be
Receivers on the near side.
he's down there, I'm up here. He had a little better view.
Porter throws that way.
Nice throw.
Touchdown.
Nice catch. Cooper Brown. Nice throw by Mortar. Mortar put that right on the dot. Nice catch by Coop. And just like that,
Another touchdown.
Mortar with another touchdown pass.
Back off for the extra point. He scored for 4.
And Mason Grudich on for the extra point. There are 13 seconds remaining on the clock.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Haul that one in and solid arm strength.
So Mason Grudich for the extra point.
Snap place kick is Grudich.
I'll tell you what.
And it's good.
One of the things, I think when you get into the playoffs is I think there's a lot of people that know our running game. They know Blake. They know Cooper. They know our defense. But I think the thing that sometimes come into question is what can Nate Mortar do? He's been pretty good tonight.
He's been really good tonight.
Okay, I mean,
he's thrown some nice balls and in good spots and done a lot of good things tonight.
Want to do a trivia real quick while you got a minute?
Okay.
Other than what legend just walked into the press box?
That's right. Okay, trivia question. MU has reached the third round of the playoffs twice, in 2006 and 2012. Who were the third round opponents in those years?
That would be Oak Harbor, and that would be Clinton Massey.
And where did they play?
Oh, Oak Harbor was at Lima, and Clinton Massey was at Miamisburg.
Okay. Actually, Doc has Fairmont. The Oak Harbor was in Fairmont, but I'm not sure it was in Fairmont.
No, I think it was at Lima. Lima Senior.
Yeah. And a little pooch kick.
Oh, boy. Oh, Mayfield.
Nice tackle by Mayfield.
What a kid.
Once again,
Jeez.
wrestler.
Yep.
Good open field tackle.
Yep.
Again.
You throw the ball up to your basketball players, Cooper, and let your wrestlers get low and take guys down.
And let your wrestlers ankle pick or single leg takedown.
Yep.
Because that would look just like Connor Gibson's tackle. So you got 10 seconds left on the clock. 38-0.
I got to think they're going to take a knee.
I'm going to think they're going to take a knee.
I would go to the locker room
and pray.
I'm going to say that, they're in the shotgun.
Shotgun.
Wow.
And a handoff and a big hole for Davis. He is past the 40. He gets
And that'll be the
first
half.
down.
That was the biggest run of the night for him.
Yep.
Seconds left.
Really? They're going to call timeout. Okay.
First timeout. They have 2 left. 4 seconds.
All right. Okay.
Tim Davis.
Well,
Going to keep playing. All right. I respect that.
On our Friday night.
I respect that. We got a good first down run. We're at the 42.
And that's one of the reasons why.
Maybe a little trickeration.
Be finding open spaces like that.
Maybe sling it or,
Running back for Brookville.
I don't know,
But unfortunately,
run Davis again.
Devil's side has found a lot
Okay. Here we go. I'm going to ask another one while we're waiting.
Okay.
3 players have 75 or more pass receptions for their careers, led by Blake Broomball's current total 98. Who's 2 and 3 on the list? That's a good question.
over 1,000.
Eric Antonides,
Correct. He's second with 81.
Todd Burner.
Correct. He is third with 78. Look at this guy. Superstar. Superstar Rusty Burner.
Well,
Shotgun.
Here to throw.
And
Towards his left. It's caught and down at midfield goes.
okay,
Davis.
so there you have it.
Yard pickup, but that's
And at halftime,
38.
it is the Milton Union Bulldogs 38 and the Brookville Blue Devils 0.
That was the first pass completion. First time pass midfield and first pass completion. Small victories.
That's right.
Okay.
So it will be a running clock to start the second half.
Bulldogs, one.
So we'll give Rusty some time to take off his shoes and socks so we can do count up the stats.
Blue Devils. Like I said, Coach Mike Ketchum.
He always needs a little extra room. That's why we bring somebody in to interview, because Coach Byrne needs a lot of room to. He has to sit down and
do his Pilates.
Yeah, do his Pilates. He has to sit down and do his Pilates and count. And by the way, just want to throw out there that it was that we needed a donation to help cover the costs of tonight's broadcast, and a big shout out to Becky Denlinger and Becky Black, who stepped up and donated the cash to make that happen. So a huge thanks to those guys.
Awesome Lady Bulldogs.
That's right, Bulldog supporters. So we appreciate their support. So thanks to them. So we have with us Mr. Todd Winchester, the boys soccer coach, and we're going to talk a little soccer. But first we're going to talk. I have a whole bunch of things to talk to you about, Todd.
All right.
We got 20 minutes to kill.
Oh boy.
And like I said, it takes Burner at least 10. And then he's got to get his socks back on, and here's the thing people don't know: Rusty always needs help tying his shoes, so I got to go help him tie his shoes too when he gets done. Yeah, I know. I told Erica, I told his wife to get him Velcro, but she thinks he needs big boy laces. So, all right. So,
All right, Coach, what do you got for me?
all right. So Coach Winchester, I think you had a interesting childhood growing up as far as moving about. So why don't you tell the listening audience
Well,
about your childhood?
that's a good story.
It is.
I attended 13 schools K through 12.
13. Can you name all 13 in order?
Not anymore. Not anymore. I know it was E.J. Brown, Los Elementary, which is no longer there,
Was that in Dayton?
in Dayton.
Okay.
Fairview, Fairport. There was an elementary in Huber Heights I went to that I can't remember the
Now,
name
did you
of.
move because you were expelled from these places? Is that where you had to go from school to school?
The family moved a couple of times.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Interesting story. When I was in Dayton City schools, we were actually bused from first grade to sixth grade.
Oh, okay.
So there was busing.
So did you go, each year? Would you go to a different school?
Yes. Yes.
And that was just part of the busing.
That was part of the busing. You went across town to another school every year.
But you didn't go to the same school every year.
No. No.
Well,
did
that's
not.
convenient.
I did go to 3 high schools. I went to Chaminade Julian.
Well, I think I cut you off in the middle. Go ahead and go back through your elementaries. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, the rest of my elementaries, I went to Smith, I went to Stone Quarry in Vandalia, and, well, I'm really having a hard time going through the rest of the elementaries. Oh, Van Cleve Elementary, E.J. Brown. And then once I got to high school, I went to Chaminade Julian for a year and a half. I went to Fairmont, and then I ended my career at Northmont High School, where I graduated in 1986.
So how many years you go to Northmont?
2 years, junior and senior year.
Gotcha.
I played football, but not very well. I was 6'1", 150. And I ran about a 4.6 40, and my nickname as a wide receiver was Flipper, which was not a very good nickname as a wide receiver.
Okay. Why was it Flipper?
Because I couldn't catch anything, Andy. It was like I had a couple of fins attached.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the coaches thought it would be a good idea to name me Flipper after the seal.
Okay. Well, that was good. That was good for your confidence.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was a different time. It was a different time.
Correct. And anything else in high school besides football?
No.
Glee club or?
No clubs.
Okay.
No clubs.
Very good. So you graduated from Northmont and played football for 2 years there.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Then I graduated and went to Wright State, and I actually played lacrosse for 3 years at Wright State.
Well, that's good. And how'd you like playing lacrosse?
Loved it. It was the best sport I've ever played.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
We were in shape, and you got to hit people with sticks.
Okay. So tell us how you got involved in soccer.
Well, my ex-wife was actually an All-American in soccer at Northmont.
Okay.
They won 3 state championships in her 4 years there.
Okay.
She turned down a full ride to North Carolina.
Okay. Because she was in love with you?
She was actually burnt out of soccer.
Oh, okay.
But that was when North Carolina won 11 straight national championships.
They're still really good. So, yeah, that's a huge deal.
She would have played with Mia Hamm and Julie Fowley.
Instead, she was with Todd Winchester.
Yes, that's right.
Okay,
that's right.
good for her.
She didn't settle.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, but no, that's when I first started watching soccer. I'd never really watched soccer even in high school. And then as our 2 boys got old enough to play, I started coaching at the rec level and then in the club level. And then as they were approaching high school age, I saw a need, because I was a club coach, local club coach, that we needed a 3rd team at the high school. So I went and talked to the athletic director there and talked him into having a freshman team, which they asked me to coach. And I coached the freshman team at Northmont for 4 years before I came to Milton.
Before you came to Bulldog Country?
Yep.
And what year was your first year in Bulldog Country? What was your first year?
That must have been 2016.
Okay.
Colin Showard was my only senior. I had 14 kids on the roster my first year at Milton. Yeah. Actually, my first 3 years, I had 14 kids.
Because I remember the interview process.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Coach Winchester and I had, because Kugler with anything soccer, he would always run it by me. So he had it down to the final 2 candidates, and he had me talk with you and with the other guy. The other guy was a good guy too. And you were the one that gave me more money during the interview, so I went ahead and went with you.
Kugler prepped me on that. He told me what the buy-in fee was.
Yeah. So you handed me $10 extra than the other guy. So
since day one, Andy's been hazing me with, at soccer.
That's right. Yeah. So 2016 took over the boys program and have had some great success. Go ahead and. So you had your 3rd year. Is that when you had Dom and those guys were seniors?
Actually, my 2nd year. My 1st year, we went 5-8-4.
Okay.
We beat 2 of our wins that year was against a really good Dixie team, and the second we beat them. They only lost 3 league games, and it kept them from winning the league title. My first year there, and then my 2nd year we went 16-3-1. That was when Josh Dom and Blake Olery and Kelton Dilhoff, all of those guys, Trevor Greil, were all seniors, had a really, really solid class.
Yeah, that was a good group.
And went 16-3-1. That was a great year. We made it to we were district finalists. We lost to Madeira 3-1 that game. At Trotwood High School, as a matter of fact.
Yep, I was there. I went to that game. And that was, it's actually, I just talked to Josh Dahm last night. He's graduating from college here.
Yep. He's one of 4 or 5 kids I've had play soccer for at least a year.
Yeah, so he just finished up at Heidelberg. He played at Urbana, and then when Urbana shut down, he had to find somewhere else, and then he went to Heidelberg.
Yep.
And then he got hurt in the stinking alumni game right before he left for
2 consecutive years. He did some twisted, rolled his ankle.
Got hurt.
Yes,
right
absolutely.
before he went. But he played this year and going to be graduating in December with like an IT kind of degree or whatever. So smart kid. He'll be super successful.
Oh yeah,
hard workers, the Doms.
Josh was probably the hardest working player I've ever coached. That's why he was actually selected for All-State that year. And Kelton Dilhoff had a great
senior year. Yeah, he did.
And all the area coaches that had played against us that voted spoke up on Josh's behalf, just because he was such a good midfielder. Josh was the first of 4 players that I've had selected for All-State in 7 years here. So I've been very blessed with good players.
Yeah, like I say, Kelton had a great year. That scored 26
goals.
26 goals that year. Yeah, I mean, Kelton had a great year, and Kelton played a little college soccer, and of graduated. You just saw him the other day.
I did.
He's got a civil engineering degree, and he's working for a company doing dredging.
Yes, and they have him going all over the East Coast. He was in New York for a while. He's in Delaware. I think he spent some time down in the Carolinas, too.
Yep.
Kelton's another great kid, great player on that team.
For sure. And Ulrey.
Yeah.
Ulrey, going to be a CPA. I don't think he's taken it yet, but Blake
he was just recently married.
He just got married, and so has a great group of young men, and still a great group of young men.
Absolutely.
So go ahead. So who's kind of the next group?
So we lose a really good senior class this year. We were young overall. I started 5 or 6 sophomores. Our record was 8-1. Highlights of the year: we beat 12th ranked in the state Troy Christian at their house. So the boys really like that. And so this next year we've got one senior, Braden Shower, who's just a fantastic kid, fantastic player. But the junior class is going to be really, really strong with Titus Kopp and Braden or Logan Keys and Tyler Combs. So we're going to be solid again next year.
Yep. Any other highlights from this year? Any other record breakers or anything like that from?
That was a softball question.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No, Mason Grudich set the career goal scoring record.
He did?
65 goals.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That's good.
Well played, Andy.
Yeah.
And he also set the career assist record. With 31 assists. His 32nd assist was actually to his best friend Carson Brown.
Yep.
So that was very fitting that they were able to share that moment together.
Yeah, for sure.
Both of them ranked Mason's number 1, obviously, in goals. Carson finished 7th in career goals. And Carson is top 15 in career assist, and Mason's number 1 in assists. So just those are 2 big holes we have to fill next year because they've been scoring and creating scoring opportunities for others for 4 straight years.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, had your banquet last night and got the season wrapped up. So. For soccer, you take a little break here for a little bit and then get back at it?
Take a little break until after Thanksgiving, then we'll start doing some off-season strength training for the kids that aren't playing basketball or a winter sport. It's going to be really paramount for us this year to hit the weight room. Our incoming juniors, they're small, physically small, so we're going to have to spend some time in the weight room to get them beefed up a little bit to play in our league. Frankly, our league is one of the toughest in Dayton this year.
For sure. In Division III, it's
2 district
brutal.
champions with Miami East and Troy Christian. Bethel was actually 1 game away from district championship. They lost a tip in the final minutes of a game, so they're really tough as well.
Yeah, it's a strong league. The TRC is a strong league in soccer, boys and girls.
Yeah, for a second year league, I've been really, really pleased. I think it's made our boys better by playing in that league.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and when you're playing that tough competition day in and day out, it just makes you better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So very good. And just recently got married.
I was married this past June.
Sorry, ladies. He's now officially spoken for.
Right. Got married to Tiffany June 4th of this year. It was a fantastic time. You were at the wedding?
Yes, I was. I was there.
You and the Honorable Mark Lane?
Yes, and the magician.
Yes.
Magician Brett Pierce.
Our head coach was there.
Yeah, Brett was there.
He did a trick for Tiffany and I specifically that I still can't for the life of me figure out. We both picked cards out of the deck, and we signed our cards with our individual names, Todd and Tiffany, and he put both cards in the back in the deck, shuffled it a couple times, pulled the card out, and it was one card with the card I selected and the card she selected, and they were back to back together as one card with our signatures on it.
Well, that's good.
Have no idea how he did it.
I know everybody talks, but he's a magician. But he's good.
He's really,
like
really good.
He is. Coach Pierce is not just a magician. I mean, he's a good magician.
We had him come to our wedding. He walked around during the happy hour after the wedding reception while we were getting pictures, and for 2 weeks I had people calling me telling me how much they enjoyed having a magician there.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
So.
What a great night for football.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just a great night for the Bulldogs. Going to get cool, so we're going to be taking on Valley View next week. And I think Valley View's all over Madeira, 21-0 at halftime. So it's definitely going to be the Bulldogs and the Spartans in the big rematch.
Do we have any idea where that game's going to be played?
According to the OHSAA, I think it's going to be in Kentucky. I think we're playing in Kentucky.
So it'll be a home game for Valley View.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna play. I mean, it's a neutral site, and it just depends on who's left and what schools are hosting games.
Yeah.
So it could be great. It'd be Northmont or Trotwood, or it could be Springboro, or it could be at Fairmont.
Right.
Who knows?
You really have to give credit to the schools that host playoff football games.
Because
the workers get here.
That they're willing to do it, and there's not huge incentive to do it, and so there's games, because obviously we can throw a rock for Milton and hit Brookville, and we had to come to Xenia, but Northmont was spoken for.
Yep.
Trotwood was spoken for.
Yep.
And Xenia and AD Nathan Kopp were willing to host, so that's why we're able to come here. So we're appreciative to Nathan Kopp, and got us room in the press box to come up here tonight and be able to call the game, which we're appreciative of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're glad to be here, and hopefully wherever it is next week, they're going to let us in there too. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, I think Russell's going to have. Coach Winchester's going to help him tie his shoes here before he heads out, and
I'll help you out, Rusty.
Coach Berner will have a few stats for us from the game.
Well, good talking to you guys.
Thanks for stopping up, Winchester.
Yep. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.
Okay. That was boys soccer coach Todd Winchester. Boys just concluded their season last night with the banquet, the boys soccer banquet. Here, Dr. Winchester, will you give that to my wife? Seriously. And the Bulldog band is exiting the field. And Coach Berner's going to talk a little bit about some stats.
Everybody's trying to figure out we've been fed from the press box. Like you said, Xenia doing a great job taking care of us.
Shout out to the fine folks here at Xenia Athletics.
Just trying to get him.
Winchester. Running okay for the second half.
All right, sorry. So I'm going to talk here for a minute while Coach Grudich kind of feeds his face. So let's start with the Bulldogs. Usually you tend to start with the other teams, and so the Dogs carried the ball 23 times for 128 yards. Keep in mind we had that one fumble that was a negative play at negative 13 yards. So without that, we're over 140 yards rushing. So Elam leads us with 14 carries. I've got him unofficially for 99 yards. He could be give or take. It could be over 100 or a little bit less than that. One touchdown, passing the ball. This is where I think Milton's really done its damage. Nate Mortar, 6 for 10, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then receiving, he split that up real nice. He's got 3 receivers that are between 40 and 47 yards between Cooper, Blake, and Peyton Mayfield. Cooper's got 2 of those both touchdown catches. The Dogs have run 33 plays for 257 yards, and yep, that was right. We got video footage. Yeah, but he's out of bounds. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's out of bounds.
He's in.
You think he's in? Is the white line in or out?
I think the white line's in. Sorry, we just got a picture of what was called an incomplete pass for Blake. I'm sure officials love technology and how we can dissect their stuff, but and for the Dogs, I think probably the most important and impressive stat for us is 0 penalties. We did have 1 penalty, but it was declined. So in the stat book, 0 penalties. For the Blue Devils, 13 carries, 47 yards. Passing, they are 1 for 6 for 9 yards and 2 interceptions. You put that in perspective, they've completed more passes to us than themselves.
Yep.
And total plays, 19 plays for 56 yards. They've been penalized twice for 20 yards.
And 2 of those plays were probably right for the half, 2 of the longest ones.
It was. Davis had a carry of 12 yards, which, again, that puts them at 47, and then that pass play for 9. So, just there's a lot of ways to dissect this, but I think at the end of the day, you have a senior-laden group of Milton Union Bulldogs who I think people have questioned a little bit about strength of schedule and how good are they. And Brookville's a team that just beat an undefeated Northeastern team last week pretty handily. And I think they've come out, they've almost taken that personal to come out and say, we're going to make a statement. And, I mean, when you watch a game like this, it's almost men against boys in some aspects.
Yeah, they've executed, they've played well, they've played with good energy, playing with a purpose, playing with an aggression. Wanting to win, wanting to do well. Just an impressive first half. They got to play 2, though.
Yep.
Got to play 2 of them, and I don't care if the score is 99-0. I guarantee you one thing: Brookville's not going to stop playing. And they got pride.
No.
They got pride over there, and they got seniors over there, and they're going to come out and they're going to play hard in the second half. So we got a big lead, and it's a running clock. But the Blue Devils are going to keep playing hard.
Well, and they get the ball to start the half. So, they're talking at half, what are some things we can do? And I'm sure that's not an easy task because they're going against a team right now that's in a, very talented at a lot of different positions. But their goal right now with their kids is this. Let's put together a drive. Let's move the football, put together a drive, and then go from there. To get back into a game like this, it's a drive and a stop at a time. That's it. You can't look further than the drive you're in right now. So that's what they're telling their kids is just like when they run the ball, they're not a big play offense. We're just going to keep chipping away as far as running the ball. That mindset's going to have to play in here. We're going to keep just one drive and then go from there.
So we'll see. Mason will have a little bit of a wind to his back here. The Bulldogs will kick off to start the second half. And Mason will kick off from their own 40.
Springfield 28, Centerville 7. Oh, wow. And the Wildcats, they're home.
So
that's a really good Springfield.
Blue Devils got 2 back to receive.
They do have to get through Moeller or Lakota West, depending on who gets out of Region 4. And it certainly has been a great Wildcat squad, but I'm surprised.
And waiting on the clock to run down here.
And we will be in a running clock.
I don't have to ask Mason what the referee's talking to him about. Once again, the referees love to chat up the kicker while they wait for the clock to run down. You see Mason's hands moving around. Maybe they're exchanging email addresses for Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
Are you on Twitter?
What's that?
Are you on Twitter?
Who, me?
No, that's what he's asking.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you got Twitter? Here's my handle.
Here. What's your MySpace?
Yeah.
What's your
That's a good kick.
Yep. There we go.
Kind of nice. That looks like, just looking at the flag, he's got a little breeze to his back, so that helps. But that was a good kick.
Well, you got to think right now, Coach Antoni's is coming out. They're making their adjustments, and they're sitting there going, hey, send the message right now that this half is not going to go any differently than what happened in the first 2 quarters.
So Got one spread right, under center. Mayer hands off to Davis, and nice hole by Davis. And that's a good run by Davis. Brought down by Broomball, rode out of bounds by Broomball. That's a nice big run by the Blue Devils. So it looks like they saw something in the first half there. Little adjustment.
Yep.
Let's see. We'll see what Coach Antonides does here.
I was just about to say, there's the Tim Davis that we all know, especially in last game. I had the privilege of covering that.
Here we go.
Northeastern game, and Tim Davis
And under Mayer under center.
There goes
That's
that.
Davis, and he's brought down. And nothing on that one.
Colton Holtgren there at the tackle, and the name we haven't had called a ton tonight.
But he's in the mix for every play.
He's just taking up space and
Taking up blockers.
And that's what you don't realize, stats for these guys up front. A lot of times they're running away from Ethan Lane.
Yep.
I would too. Running away from Jake Brown.
Mayer, 3 in the backfield. And, he took a little bit of confusion there. Mayer ran into his back. And I think it was Ethan Lane with the hit. Nice hit by Ethan.
Well, and that's the thing is, you've got Ethan on one side and you got Yates on the other. So,
and then you got Holtgren and Jake Brown in between.
Yep.
3rd down and 12.
And they're behind the sticks, and this is big.
Mayer in the shotgun. 2 split left. And Yates coming. And he had him, but he threw a little bit behind him. And it looks like it was Davis was his intended target. So the Blue Devils, after a promising first run, and it'll be a punt for the Blue Devils. And we got Broomball back. He's had a chance to really receive one. He hasn't. They've been doing the
they've been kind of short.
The super hang time punts.
11-1 if they did not lose at home to Valley View.
So Blue Devils to punt. And
again, short, but I think Blake's going to tell everybody to get away from it.
Going the wrong way.
And once again, great field position for the Bulldogs. Take over at their own, looks like 43-yard line. So the Bulldogs will be 1st and 10 from their own 43. And 8:58 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, and this is where running clock can play in because it really does hinder a team's comeback opportunity.
Broomball split right, Brown split left, Order under center, and it's Foose.
Got room to run.
And Foose, and almost to the first down. We'll call it, picked up 8. Nice run by Foose.
And you can see what Brookville's doing right now is they're going man coverage on the outside, and they're setting their 2 safeties pretty close, almost like deep linebackers.
Did you see that spot? Look where they spotted the ball.
Oh. It's interesting.
Okay. Barnes. That's Barnes' fault.
Preventative officiating.
Yep. Border under center.
And you can see right there, their 2 safeties are about 7 yards off the ball.
Crow split left. And
swallowed up at the 45. That play not going forward for Milton Union. They'll lose about 4 yards.
And
it's 3rd down and
bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Cooper Brown bringing the play in.
Yep.
Looks like Cooper's going to split left.
Milton Union up 31-0 and 38-0.
And this is where the quarterbacks get the corners get a little nervous for Brookville because they got number 8, number 19.
He's in single coverage over here.
Yep.
3rd and 7 at the Milton Union 45.
Here comes Broomball and cuts it up, and
Boy, about broke it. He's going to be close. He got a pretty good.
No, I thought he's going to get a better spot than he did.
They're calling it a first down.
We'll move the chains.
So Blake's going to get about 7.
I thought he had it.
Wow.
Talking about 4 inches. It's first and
If I'm
10.
Brookville, I'm probably a little unhappy about that, but I thought he got it.
Continues to tick. 7:02 and rolling.
But it was close. It was close.
Yep.
Milton Union. They're looking for
Keegan Crow here split out, number 2, senior for the Bulldogs.
To be determined on Monday. They'll try to find a middle spot between the Bulldogs and the Spartans.
Broom ball right.
Madera. Two receivers
Fake to broom ball.
run
Elam up the middle.
And that'll be a pickup of 3 for the Bulldogs. Take it second down and 7 to the Brookville 45. That's Foose.
And it'll be second down.
The power
And we'll call it 6. Second down and 6.
Has checked in. He'll be on the near side for Milton Union on second and 7. 38-0 Milton Union.
And this is where, the ground game takes over. Running clock. We're already halfway through the third quarter.
Moore's going to let the clock, let the play clock run down.
Yep.
Near side receiver. Extra protection on the left, man in motion from the far side off.
Little
And
counter to
it's
Foose.
And they sniffed it out.
Got about a yard there.
Not by much. It's third down and about 6 with 5:58 to go in our third quarter. Well, I'm noticing all the
And Keegan Crow bringing the play in.
always see
Well, and one of the other things with people don't realize with the running clock is, in this situation, in the past, you wouldn't want to throw the ball because an incompletion stops the clock, but not in this situation. So it is to an advantage here that it really, there's no penalty to take a shot down the field or, to go ahead and throw the ball. I'm not saying we will, but
Mortar under center.
Third and 6, pitch out. Now off towards the left. Stop.
And nice play.
number 19.
Nice play there by Eli Shockley. He is their leading tackler.
Hunter is Blake Brookville.
By the way, see the Brookville student section over there? Well, you missed it. They had their cameras or their flashlights on their phones.
Oh.
I was at a couple basketball games where kids did that like at the start of the fourth quarter or something like that. It's pretty cool. Something to think about for basketball. If you pick a time and they all turn their flashlights on their phones and wave it, it's kind of cool. Broom ball with his second punt.
Wow.
Okay. And it looks like it's right at the.
I don't know if Blake's talking to Cooper or yelling at himself.
Almost thought did the guy block it or get a hand on it or not?
Oh, it's hard to see.
Yeah. There was a little bit of pressure in there, but they're talking to the official. I don't know if Broom Ball took a shot or I don't know. It will be 1st and 10. Blue Devils on their own 24. And there's 4:35 to go in the third quarter. So these quarters run like crazy when you have a running clock. We're going to be out of this third quarter before you know it. Davis with the run. And nice tackle there by,
It's like Holtgren.
I say it looked like Holtgren, and I know Cooper stuck his nose in there. Looked like Burner maybe. I think Burner was in there.
Northeastern for time. That's blowing towards downtown Xenia.
So it'll be second down
West end of town.
and 7 for the Blue Devils.
Heading towards Dayton. Doug Adams Stadium, Veterans Field.
And
thank you to those that have served our
there's
country.
4 minutes left in the third quarter.
54 to go in the third, 2nd and 7 now.
In the shotgun.
Give it to Davis.
Fakes to Davis. He's going to roll left. And
Complete.
On the far side,
he had it and then
28-yard line.
fell and dropped it.
Went down quick.
Well,
Davis that side.
you're talking about their passing game hasn't been real fluent tonight, and I think a lot of that is,
Third down
an 11-1 team who's thrown when they want to because they're controlling the line of scrimmage versus a team that's throwing because they have to, and the pressure's on him.
Well, for as much as
A little bit different there.
that play didn't work,
The Milton Union faithful seems to be
really nice.
hunkered down here, used to these running clock second halves.
Had the opportunity to go back there, but I'm not sure.
A little counter action. Cooper steps up with the tackle.
Across the middle for Davis. He'll get stopped at the 30.
Looks like Cooper and Carter Burner.
Fourth down and
Nice play. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
offense staying out there for Brookville.
And it looks like they're going to go for it.
That's what you have to
Or
do.
is, nope, here comes the punt team.
He's got to try
Punt team's coming in.
Get that duck off the scoreboard for
Lane's popping out. Looks like, looking out at the crowd, the temperature's dropped a little bit. See a lot of coats and blankets on now.
Blankets, sock hats.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say, in the press box, it's not too bad up here.
No, but I'll tell you, if you go down to their announcers,
Yeah.
they don't have the glass here,
Ooh.
and it's cold.
Yeah. And everybody get away from that thing. And it will be looks like a Bulldog football 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
We have 2:08 to play in our third quarter.
Yeah, looks like Foose is coming in.
And you start to look at this and go, does Brookville have enough plays to get themselves back into this game? And you just
Not with the running clock.
No.
The most offensive year these schools have had.
So we got 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And senior quarterback Nate Mortar, who's had himself quite an evening, coming out, leading the Bulldogs here. And going to let the play clock run down. Elam in the backfield. Broomball. And Broomball's going to be brought down for a loss. Nice tackle there by Seth Hoover, junior linebacker. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 15 for the Bulldogs. Now we got a message from Coach Barnes making the drive back from C-Bus. And
it's such a valuable asset that you can't.
coming back from his referee gig tonight. So safe travels for Coach Barnes. Mortar under center. And it's pitch to Broomball. Broomball cuts it up.
looks like we're going to have a hold.
Hold on the Bulldogs.
However, it looks like it's an offensive face mask going against Milton Union. So that's going to back up
So,
the Bulldogs even further.
I thought he said hold.
Broomball got back to the
There's a
original line
hold.
of scrimmage.
Hold on the Bulldogs.
Now Milton Union looking at a second and very long
So it's going to be
at their own 36.
2nd down and quite a bit with 50 seconds to go
I believe they are
in the
districts, Milton Union and Brookville, separated by U.S. route.
and Mortar draws the offsides.
The play clock. It will go against Brookville for offside.
So that'll
So the
get 'em-
defense
get 5 of those back.
helps Milton Union out just a touch. Now the ball spot at the 41 after the offside infraction.
So it looks like it's going to be
twice on defense.
about 15,
That time I think
17, more like 17.
got one of the coin tosses.
2nd down and 17. And that'll be the last play. Coach Pierce will just let it run out. There's
Possibly freshman Peyton Stacy.
not enough time left. The Bulldogs don't need to call another play. So the Bulldogs will go into the 4th quarter leading 38-0.
You know, there's got to be a part of the, obviously the more you advance, you know that there's stiff competition ahead. Knowing that Brookville is a formidable opponent with the year they've had, and we scrimmaged them, so we knew. But I don't think that anybody came in and said it was going to be like this. And
For sure. Okay, let me get you some. Doc gave me a bunch of stats. I haven't had time to read them. So, no other MU team has ever won 12 games in a season. Milton Union has won their last 8 games over Pepper Shawnee. The Bulldogs ran only 4 third-down plays versus the Arrows. The Dogs' defense have held all 12 opponents to less than 100 yards rushing. That's going to be again tonight. This is the highest-scoring Bulldog offense in history.
And we still haven't given up a point in the third quarter.
Yep, 539 yards, breaking the 2012 team's record of 505. The Bulldogs have possessed the ball 1 hour and 15 minutes longer than the for the season. The Bulldog opponents have possessed the ball 1 hour and 15 minutes longer than the Bulldogs.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, the MU defense has held their opponents to 40 shutout quarters out of a possible 48.
Oh.
Elam's passed 1,000 yards for the season. Is currently the 40th Bulldog to record 1,000 yards. He ranks 27th on the career list. Blake Broomball ranks 34 on the list with 1,186 yards.
You're going to take a shot. Oh.
And it's swatted down off the
Wait, let me get through this. 'Cause Doc gives me all these stats. I hate to not read them.
Yep.
Mason Grudich broke Nick Field's single-season extra point record. Grudich now has 56 extra points in 2022. Add a couple more on tonight. Broomball and Elam have each scored 132 points for the season, ranking them as tied for 5th on the single-season scoring list. Nate Mortar has thrown 11 TD passes in his past 5 games. Make that, 13? With one more win, Mortar becomes the winningest starting QB in MU history. So I think he's gonna make that happen tonight.
I think that's going to happen.
Thanks, Doc Ginn, as always. 3rd down for the Bulldogs. It's a pitch to Elam, and tries to cut it up.
Maybe a couple of yards on that rush. It's 4th down.
And it's going to be punt time.
Yep.
Which, by the way,
A few Brookville facts here. Milton leads the all-time series 30-14 over Brookville. Last time we played them was in 2017. MU currently has a 4-game losing streak to the Devils. Well, we broke that tonight.
Yep.
This is the first game played on a neutral field. The current home-away records are MU ahead 15-7 at home and MU away 15-7. So Broomball back to punt.
both sides really getting it done on offense.
There's a punt.
There we go.
That was a good punt.
Almost a block punt, but it is fair caught by Walt
Nice punt by Broomball.
Zone 25 of
Brookville averages 40.3 points a game and gives up 15 points a game.
to play.
MU's averaging 44 points a game and giving up 4.5 points a game.
Around the area.
And Coach Pierce is 6-5 versus
It's
Brookville.
now tied with Tippecanoe. 14 third-quarter points for the Red
So
14-14 all third.
there you go. There's all my stats, courtesy of one Dr. Bill Ginn, the quarterback warm-up guy, still slinging it on the sidelines and still doing stats.
Kings leads.
It'll be 1st down, Blue Devils from their own 22. It's a handoff to Davis. And hit in the background, in the backfield by Holtgren.
Holtgren was there first, then Davis shook him off and then ran into a
wall of red.
Yep.
Holtgren's kind of surprised he didn't get the tackle there.
Both offenses really doing a great job in their respective conferences. Valley View with about
So we'll be,
250
we'll call it 2nd down and 8
average according to
for the Blue Devils.
Western Buckeye League
Pick up some
statistics.
scores here.
Averaging about 321.
Looks like Tip and Western Brown are tied in the third quarter, 14 all.
It's looking incredibly likely.
This is going to be a keeper by Mayer.
Mayer keeps, he'll dive towards
It
the
looks like he's got
28.
to about the 28-yard line.
Looks like Carter Burner.
Carter Burner with the tackle.
Third down and 4. Aimed across the Brookville 32 for pressure.
And we have 9 minutes remaining in the contest.
Springfield up 28-7 over Centerville. They seem to be moving their way back to a regional championship game and possible state semifinal berth.
And Mayer in the shotgun. And it's a handoff to Davis.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh, boy.
Broomball's going to catch him.
Tim Davis has one to beat Broomball. And Tim Davis, he is short of the end zone by about 6 yards.
Nice tackle by Broomball. Broomball showing his speed
Off the scoreboard for
because
Dallas.
Davis had a jump on him.
Great hustle by that senior to rob the senior of Brookville a chance to put the Blue Devils
So
on the board.
Broomball with the touchdown-saving tackle,
Best chance
showing off that speed.
by far. First time in the Milton Union red zone. And now Brookville.
And it's going to be, Brookville's going to be 1st and goal from the Bulldog 6.
Valley View's up 31-0 in the third quarter. So the two juggernauts, the 1 and the 2 seed,
They're going to meet.
have made easy work of the region to set up this
And there's
rematch.
Davis again
Tim Davis, he bounces towards the right and stopped around the 5.
and tackled at the 5.
It's pretty gutsy to give it back to Davis. He just ran 66
I was just
yards.
thinking.
He's probably a little tired.
Poor guy. Just ran a 60-yard sprint and he handed it right back to him.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Blue Devils from the 5, from the Bulldog 5.
On the running game. That's been the best. Brookville
So see if they go with Davis again.
I have a feeling we're going to see at least one more or 2 more runs here. I don't think they're going to throw it.
So Mayer under center.
Halfbacks behind the quarterback.
And it's
He's
in.
in.
And that was a touchdown by number 32, Grady Lamb, the senior, with the 5-yard touchdown run to get the Blue Devils on the board. So with 7:02 to go in the contest, it is Milton Union 38, Brookville 6, and Brookville's on to kick the extra point. So it looks like we're going to have, I believe it's Grady Lamb is the kicker, isn't he? Yes, looks like 32 Grady Lamb.
And Mayor's the holder.
The guy who just ran the touchdown in is going to be, senior's going to be kicking, and Mayor will be holding. And it was no good. I think he pulled it to the left. He hit it good, but I think he pulled it. So it's 7:02 left in the contest. It is Milton Union 38, Brookville Blue Devils 6. And it looks like the Bulldogs will be taking on the Valley View Spartans
Next Friday at 7 with a
neutral site TBA to be announced.
And just so everybody knows, because there's a lot of upset people about this location, which it's about a 40-minute drive.
Right.
But the locations have to apply, and they apply for specific nights. And then the bigger schools typically get the bigger venues of choice. So while everybody, I think, assumed we'd be at Northmont, well, Northmont was already taken. That was where Centerville and Springfield were. So, it's not always as and then there's places that we assume that didn't want games. I mean, you have to apply to the state to get it. So,
and you have to be, I wouldn't say apply to the state, but you also have to be willing to host.
Willing to host.
You want to do it. Like I said, that's why we're giving a shout out to Nathan Kopp and Xenia for willing to host a playoff game.
And this has been a great atmosphere. This has been a great place to watch this game, and
it's going to bounce to Broomball. Broomball's going to come back. And that's good.
I think Ozzie got away with. Oh, no, they got it.
The flag. Yep, it's coming back. Yep. Ozzie knew it.
Yep.
He knew it. He a little bit of a flop, but it was, as the British like to say, 6 of one, a half a dozen of the other.
Yeah.
That could have been called. That could not have been called.
It looked like he grabbed him. I don't know that he grabbed him. He wrapped his arm and got him turned, which looked like a hold. But in the Milton Union faithful's not real crazy about it. But it's okay. They haven't had anything to get excited about since the second quarter.
And again, if Barnes was here, we'd blame Barnes for that call. But
preventative officiating.
Yeah. But that was a good call.
It was. You could see it as Blake started to change field. You could see it coming.
Yeah, there was something wonky going on over there, and they called it.
Wonky.
Yeah, that's twice I've used that word tonight.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Wonky.
Yeah, just a little wonky. Not to be confused with Willy Wonka.
Which he was a little wonky himself.
He was a little wonky, yes.
Maybe that's where the name came from.
That could be. So we got 5:15 to go in the game. Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line, and it's a handoff. Who was that? That was Gibson.
Yep.
Yeah, Gibson on the run. Senior Connor Gibson with the run. So we'll be second down. And looks like second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Coach Pierce getting some of the guys in the game.
Right now, looking like Valley View up 31-0 against Madera of the Cincinnati Hills League.
It's from my daughter.
Oh yeah.
Mortar under center. And there's Mayfield. And Mayfield tries to get the corner and can't.
Brookville did a nice job of just stringing that along. And
now 3rd and 10 as Milton Union 4 1/4 away from advancing to beat 14.
Big thanks to Robert, our technical director tonight, and Tanner, our cameraman tonight, who giving you all of this great footage tonight and handling the technical difficulties. We had a few difficulties early, but we got them ironed out, and everything's gone smooth as could be tonight. Great picture. Great seat tonight for the game.
Yeah.
So hopefully
nice and warm up here.
It is. I'm actually getting a little warm up. I'm going to take this jacket off.
Sweating,
or what.
kinda.
Yeah. And Gibson with another run. And it's going to bring up a third down for the Bulldogs. And pretty sure we're going to punt here. Excuse me, it's going to bring up fourth down.
Yep.
I'm going to punt here and let that clock run. Broomball got a pretty nice punt with his last punt. The one he kind of shanked, he was trying to sort of angle for the sidelines. I think just mishit it. But
and now you get the matchup that people they anticipated for week 2 when we play the Valley View Spartans, and there's a lot of talks about is this going to be a regional championship kind of. Oh, that may have been, yeah. Oh, didn't throw the flag on that. Or did he mean to throw the flag? And I thought might have been a little block in the back.
Yeah. I'll be shocked if we see another flag between now and 3 zeros on the scoreboard.
But now people are going to see this matchup that
they were talking about this matchup in July. Let's be honest.
Well, they said that week 2 game, this could be a regional championship preview, and it was.
Yep, 100%.
And both teams have taken care of business since that week, and
both teams have been thinking about next week's game in the back of their mind. They're clearly been focused on what's ahead of them,
and now they can officially do it.
Yep.
Finds his target on the near side and wrapped up around the 30, 1st and 10 as.
And first pass, not first pass, but a pass completion there for Mayer. To number 11, Dane Moore. He's thrown to him a couple times, the sophomore.
Brookville, I'm sure they're trying to take the running clock off. I'm sure there's their push there, and
yeah.
And hey, we're gonna make this team earn it, play for 4 quarters.
So we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go in the contest. Mayer is in the shotgun. And fell there. We got 1:45 to go. And once again, I know we've said it a couple times, our first Bulldog shout out to Becky Black and Becky Dindlinger for their donation to make tonight possible. And huge shout out to Nathan Kopp, the AD here at Xenia, for the hospitality and providing a spot for us tonight so we could call the game. And we're appreciative of that and all that him and his staff did to host this game tonight. And so if we got, is that Fetters coming in again?
That's Fetty the funny guy.
Fetty the funny guy.
I'll tell you what.
In the contest. Mayer under center, 1:05 to go in the game.
2nd and 10 now. There'll be a handoff to the right back, bouncing his way through.
And he's introduced to Mr. Holtgren, who I think they've danced before tonight.
That was a nice little bear hug by Holtgren. That was Corey Davis, Jr., running back.
They're going to run another play here. I think they're going to keep running plays.
Yeah, I got 40 seconds. They got about 2 more plays in them, maybe. One play. Maybe one play. We're going to go, looks like trips right. One left. Mayer in the shotgun. See if he's going to throw one in the end zone. And it's a high snap, but he gets it. And Burner pressure. Oh. And the DB fell down.
And that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it.
Yep. And we got 10 seconds left on the clock. So there you go. The final score from Xenia's Doug Adams Stadium. Milton Union Bulldogs 38. Brookville Blue Devils 6. That means the Bulldogs will move on to next week's regional final matchup with the Valley View Spartans. Venue to be determined tomorrow. Didn't we hear? Did we hear Saturday night or did we hear Sunday for this one?
Officially, it'll be announced Sunday.
Yeah, but
sometimes there'll be some leaks that Saturday, but nothing will be posted officially. That'll just be people talking, which isn't always accurate. And you know what? I having a son on the team, when they announced Xenia, he sent a group text. He sent one to me and his mom, and his mom goes, "Is that a good thing?" And he goes, "You know, Mom, it doesn't matter. It's 100 yards long and 53 yards wide.
That's right.
It's an opportunity for us to play football." And I think that's how our guys think. They don't care where they got to go.
Like Coach Antonity said, let's line up in the street. We'll play in the street. It doesn't matter. And that, that's what. Then you want to hear. You're a competitor, right?
Yep.
You don't care. Let's
You
go
don't care.
play.
Yeah.
Let's strap the helmets on. Let's go play somewhere.
Absolutely.
So if Valley View's going to be jacked up to play us, and we're going to be excited to play Valley View, and you definitely got the two top teams in the region going at it. And like I said, this game was anticipated. If you asked people in July, this was the game that everyone would have anticipated, the Milton Union Valley View matchup for the regional final.
Yep, absolutely. And we're going to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun. Going to be a little cooler next week, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as it's not raining and windy, we'll take the cold. So, a great win for the Bulldogs. They get to move on. They get to play another week, and just really a domination by the Bulldogs tonight.
Win number 13. Just first team to win 12. Now they're the first team to win 13.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every win is a new standard they've set.
Yep, for sure. So everything else for the good of the order?
Nope.
All right. So I am Andy Grudich with Rusty Burner, and we appreciate you watching tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to see all of you next Friday when the Bulldogs take on the Valley View Spartans. Everybody have a great weekend, a great week, and stay safe.
Drive safe.
Thanks.